Oh yeah, yeah. So this is it. Interesting times, interesting day. Let me just get this music off. It's been an interesting time and an interesting period. I never thought I would see Nigeria in the bingo card of Trump this year. Out of all of the problems that is happening in the world and everything that he tries to wade into, just recently the Israel Gaza stuff, his trip to where did he even go? I think he went to Japan and the eastern side. Out of all of that, I never thought Nigeria was going to be in the bingo card of Tinubu. Well, we're here. We're where we are. I did a quick broadcast this morning, and I did talk about what's been happening, my views about that, which was quite which was quite interesting given all that is happening right now in the world. Never thought that Nigeria would be one of those countries I'll be talking about, but it is what it is. It is what it is, and this is where we are right now. Okay, Nigerian Christians will be rescued soon. Look at this.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
What would Jesus do? I mean, the Lord's Prayer with all of this rocket bombing, and I mean, this is more like a prototype of what will happen in real war. And our Father which art in heaven, and then you're bombing people and all that. Now, according to them, it seems like they're bombing, terrorists. Okay, they're bombing the bad guys. So we can actually put a Lord's Prayer on the bombing of the bad guys. That's a pretext.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Oh,
and forgive us our trespasses,
as we go bomb the terrorists in Nigeria.
as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation,
Okay,
but deliver us from evil.
evil, Boko Haram, ISIS, Hamas.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. So
Our Father,
again,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy
again, that's it. I mean, it's just quite interesting. President Trump claims that there's a mass slaughter of Christians in Nigeria and has threatened to send U.S. troops. One sec. So sorry about that. Just needed to attend to something. So where was I? President Trump claims that there is a mass slaughter of Christians in Nigeria and has threatened to send the U.S. troops. But unlike white South Africa, he didn't create a refugee path for Nigerian Christians. Oh my God. Wow. We've got to put race into this again. So CNN, that has never at any point in time spoken about what is happening in Nigeria, and I know that they would, in their usual style, want to downplay whatever genocide is happening in Nigeria. Because CNN doesn't, really send some of those stuff. It's not Palestine or Palestinian children, and there's no Israel to be the usual victim here. So what do they do now? They're now like, okay, fine. Create a refugee path for Nigerian Christians. The Nigerian Christians are even saying they don't want refugee. They're not talking about coming to the United States. They're just saying we want the killing to freaking stop.
CNN's Larry Madowo is with me now. So, Larry, tell me about the reality of what's happening in Nigeria.
Victor, these attacks are down to terrorism. Nigeria's population is evenly split between Christians and Muslims, and the attacks target both Christians and Muslims. And that's what Nigeria has been trying to say.
The attack targets both Christian and Muslims. We all know that, right? We all know that the attack targets both Christian and Muslim. But the first target, the first casualty is always the Christian. Don't let's downplay this stuff. This is what I don't like. Oh, what about we too? See, the truth about this is this. Okay? Sorry about that. The truth about this thing is the first casualty, the first focus, the first place they go to are the churches, the priests, the pastors. Those are always the first casualties. And of course, when those are decimated, then they move on to the Muslims. And they don't attack every Muslims. They tend to attack those Muslims that are critical or that are not submissive to their jihad plan. Let's get it straight. What about the politicians that is using all those terrorists? Are they Christians? I don't know. But most likely, they won't be Christians. Most likely. Because I just want to be sure, I just want to be candid here. Because anybody can use them. I mean, they say they're fighting for a cause, an holy war against that, but there could be Christians using them. There could be people from Christian nations in courts, using them. There could be powers that be external influence using them. They could be sponsored by Iran. They could be sponsored by all these other people. Because why? Once you don't put terrorism under locks and keys, once you don't decimate it, once you don't show your strength, then they are open for the highest bidder. So again, yeah, I've had the story, they attack Muslims, they attack Christians, but hey, bro, those on the ground, let me tell you, the first casualty, the first place they go.
Say, a lot of this has been bubbling under in MAGA circles on the U.S. right because it was an issue among some Christians in Nigeria. Boko Haram, which is a terrorist organization that operates in Nigeria's North Islamic State in West African province, they have carried out a lot of attacks. In some states, more Christians are killed. In other states, more Muslims are killed. And this is an issue that even President Trump's own senior African advisor, a Lebanese-American businessman who made his fortune in Nigeria, spoke about and dismissed. Watch.
People of all religions and all tribes are dying as a result of terrorist acts, but it's very unfortunate. We even know that Boko Haram and ISIS are killing more Muslims than Christians. So people are suffering from all sorts of backgrounds. This is not specifically targeted about one group or the other. However, any loss of life is too many. One is too many.
Victor, this has been a decades-old problem. It's about competition for resources between herders, who tend to be mostly Muslim, and Christians, who tend to be farmers. It's about cattle wrestling. And yes, there's a religious angle to it, but it does not rise to the level of a genocide or...
What's your own definition? What's your own? Again, you might be right in a way to say, oh, it doesn't really rise to the level of a genocide. So let's just keep it going. It started in 2010 and it's been going on, right, since then. Now, put the lives together cumulatively, there's an estimate of 50,000 that could be debated, but at the end of the day, so at what point does it rise, gentlemen, to the point of a genocide? I mean, that's the question. At what point do we now say, okay, fine, is it like 200,000 Christians when they're killed? That's when it rises to the level of genocide. Or maybe at the end of the day, it engulfs the whole nation and it's just, spread across the whole country. Because right now they're already taking over the North Central. They're moving closer to the southern part of the country. And then you already have kidnappings and all of those happening.
A mass slaughter.
Okay, so we heard there from an advisor to the president. What's the Nigerian government saying about these attacks?
The Nigerians are alarmed by President Trump's threat of sending troops to Nigeria. They say they have not heard from official diplomatic channels. All they have seen are the posts from President Trump on Truth Social and the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, saying that they are ready. But before this latest threat came through, this is what President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria said. The characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality, nor does it take into consideration the consistent and sincere efforts of the government to safeguard freedom of religion and beliefs for all Nigerians. And President Tinubu added that Nigeria is working with the United States government and the international community to deepen understanding and cooperation on protection of communities of all faiths. But the big thing here, Victor, that the possibility of U.S. troops on a sovereign soil in Nigeria to stamp out terrorists.
Larry Madowo reporting from London.
Okay, yeah. So that's it. We'll see what happens to that. Let me see.
That I have been a Christian. There have been killings in southern Kaduna, killings on the plateau. There have been riots. Sometimes, I think it was in France, an image of Prophet Muhammad was defaced. Who remembers that? And as a result of that, there were killings of Christians in Nigeria. And so it's nothing new. It doesn't amount to genocide. The way the West are talking about it, it's as if a Christian steps on the street, his head will be blown off. And I'm trying to understand this sudden love for Christians. Is it because we now have one of the largest refineries in the world?
Boom, it's going there. I mean, see, this is going to be spin wherever, okay? But the truth is this. If you don't cover your base, like I said earlier today, there is already an opening. This is a pastor. I'm telling you that there's a great divide between the southern Christians in Nigeria and the northern Christian in Nigeria. Our Christian experience, the same Lord, the same Christ, okay? The southern Christian don't, and I mean it, don't go through 1/1000 of what the northern Christians go through in terms of persecution. And except you come to understand that the priorities are somehow different, you will be making the same mistake. I mean, this is a pastor. Your brethren in the north have been killed, okay, on a day-to-day basis, on a daily basis. But none of that is happening in the south. especially the Southwest. The Southwest is as peaceful as it can be. The Southwest, Lagos, is more peaceful than Chicago on a weekend. You can take that to the bank, okay? Lagos is more peaceful than Chicago on a weekend. The cities in Chicago, the cities in Detroit, where whatever it is, the Western civilization has turned those places into, is I cannot just explain to you. So this man leaves his house, possibly is living on where the wealthy are living in Nigeria. Okay, it's not a common man. Okay, he's a pastor. He doesn't see anything. He gets to his church in the morning. I mean, everybody's there, blazing, not gun blazing, praising the Lord, enjoying, the blissful worship, gives a sermon, the tithes are rolling in, everything is fine. And he's not even part of the top tier pastors in Nigeria. Because there are pastors in the Southwest that are yacht owning, jet flying. You understand? So the reality that he faces on a day-to-day basis is different from the reality that a northern pastor, especially pastors in all those hotspots, face. And I don't have any doubt in my mind. It might actually, be contributing to help them, as they face persecution because they do some of this humanitarian stuff. I don't have any doubt in my mind that it might be. And a lot of all these big pastors too, they do it. They try to rally around them. They try to raise funds to rebuild churches. And I don't know for sure if they do or not. But I believe that they might be doing such. But where is our empathy? How do we, if it's your church members, if you're the one that you cannot actually take your mic and speak this way and put on your chains on a Sunday morning, because you don't know when they're going to hit the next target. And because you don't have that experiential knowledge about what is happening in Nigeria, it's easier for you to say it's not Christian genocide. So that's where it's coming from. I understand perfectly where it's coming from. Because there's no threat to his church. There's no threat to his members. I can tell you, in the next 5, 6, 7 years, nothing is going to happen to any of his church members in a form of physical persecution. And again, leave the argument for the oil, for the natural resources, and all of those. Leave that to the pundits. Your first focus should be what is happening to the body of Christ in Nigeria. Leave the oil, leave the natural resources that America is interested in. Leave that to me. Okay? I'm able to talk about that easily. But your focus should be, number one, what is happening to the northerners, those in the body of Christ. I'm just saying.
And no longer have to ship raw materials abroad and bring the finished products? Or is it because of the 21st century minerals that we now have in our earth that they use to generate nuclear power for electric vehicles? Are those the reasons that our friends are threatening to invade our country to defend and protect Nigerian Christians? Selah.
I don't think that's the only reason. Again, Trump in 2020, I believe, designated Nigeria a country of particular interest, concerns. And there was no talk about oil then. Now, that could have been added to the list. I think Trump understands that there is evil in the world. And maybe he's going to get your oil too. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. And that's why I said, you had better take care of this problem before it escalates. And it's been escalating so fast. And those people that are responsible for it escalating, they have a game plan. They do have a game plan. They know what they're doing. They know what they're working towards. They know what they're working towards. The northern politicians, they're losing their grip on Nigeria. And nobody to blame but the current president. Because their calculation is really, really them owning that grip on the country. So now they see that this guy is not really playing balls the way he should. Number one, fuel subsidy gone. Little wonder we saw that there was actually an attempted coup, and one of the disagreement was one of the things they wrote down was because of the subsidy removal that has crippled people and made people poorer. Yeah, but then a lot of the other thing they didn't write there was that the removal of subsidy also made those thieves poorer. Those people that were always just stealing from the common purse. Secondly, also was the foreign exchange. Most of the guys at the end of affairs and foreign exchange, especially the Bureau de Change and all of those, cabals in the Forex also, you had a lot of northerners too there. So the president is fighting battles at all fronts. And I told him, you're missing the point when it comes to security. Okay, so that's that about that. Let's see, this is how we protect Christ, okay? This is just Nigerian stuff. Oh, let's see that. Okay, I saw this message.
Well, who wants to protest for Nigeria? Not me. Who cares about Palestinian lives? Yeah, me. Well, who cares about Nigerian Christian lives? Not me. There is a Christian genocide in Nigeria right now. Where are the Palestinian protesters? Where are the human rights activists? Where are the news outlets? Where is Greta? She acts like a hero, traveling the seas to save the Palestinian people. Where is the Black Lives Matter movement that said we care about black lives, George Floyd, but there are more black people dying in Nigeria and Sudan, and the Black Lives Matter movement is nowhere to be found. Black Lives Matter? It looks like black Christian lives don't matter. See, Black Lives Matter as long as they're not Christian. They don't care about life, they care about looking nice. They care about the GoFundMe page. Christians are the only group of people that always get killed, but no one speaks about it. If you really care about life, you should be waving the Nigerian flag right now, but they don't care about the Christians.
Okay, that was a good I would say monologue about Nigeria and where things are hard. I mean, and that's it. And it was just a video. I mean, it was Bill Maher that actually first started this whole thing. But there's a video of the pastor that has been actually, for a while now, has been talking about that his blood will speak. Let me see. I think I have this here talking about this. Let me see this one. So let me get this straight. Christian have been slaughtered in Nigeria, crying for help, and the Biden-Harris administration has done nothing. At real Donald Trump tells the Nigerian president, if you don't act against this radical Islamic group killing innocent Christians, we'll step in, stopping funds, and we'll come in and take care of it ourselves to protect our Christian brothers and sisters. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is facing criticisms from the Democrat Party voters for speaking out and thanking Trump for helping Nigerians. Really, you can't make this stuff up. Yo, let me just say
that if he don't do anything about what's happening. So let me get this straight. Christians in Nigeria are being slaughtered, beheaded. I saw the videos. I'm gonna post them later. Beheaded for being Christians and their belief by radical Islamic terrorists who the Biden and Harris administration allowed to come over here. So they're being killed for their belief, and President Trump has issued their president and a warning saying that if he don't do anything about what's happening to our Christian brothers and sisters, he's going to stop funding and he's going to go in and take care of it. Now you have Nicki Minaj, who goes and make a post and thanking President Trump for doing something about this, because the Biden and Harris administration didn't do anything to help them about doing something about this, and she's getting slack from the Democratic Party and the Democratic voters for just saying thank you for helping the Christians from being slaughtered. And this is your Democratic Party. I told you guys, these...
Okay, so again, I saw that post from Nicki Minaj saying thank you for hearing the voice of the forgotten men and women. Nobody was listening to them. Unfortunately, I can also say Tinubu was not also listening to them. I mean, it went for so when the killing of Benway happened, the whole thing there was more like a political speech. It was so bad that even some people actually did dress like it was a party, so they wore the same robe or something. And that's crazy. Terrorism is not something that you say, let's wait and see what happens. We've been doing the wait and see approach in Nigeria for a while. So it's good that Trump is calling them out. Okay, he's calling them out right now. Like, you know what? You better fix it. Fix your backyard. Because if you don't fix your backyard, I'm going to come in, I'm going to move in, and I'm going to fix it. And the truth is, Trump is a typical madman. You better fix it. Fix it, everybody's happy. If you can't fix it, let's know. We're going to help you fix it. But then, for Trump, if he's going to help you fix it, then you're going to lose some oil. You're going to enter some deals. Because I'm going to fix it for you for free. You damn well be sure of that. Trump is not going to fix your country for you for free. And I believe that Trump is not the kind of guy that will just put troops there forever. Okay? He's not going to put troops in Nigeria forever. He's not even going to, he might not even bring any troops. It might just be him just using drones to, target stuff. And again, when it comes to intelligence, don't tell me they don't know what's happening. They know. They see those satellite images easily. Easily. And the UN can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. Humanitarian casualties, maybe you're going to have some of that. So you're going to have to actually look at it in depth. Number one, if Trump comes in to help you fix it, he's going to ask for something in return. He's a businessman. He's not going to go fix your insecurity issue and then be like, oh, we just dropped some bombs on those evil terrorists. If they're able to target them, well, he's going to get something. He's going to make some demands. So you better be ready for that too. But I don't think he's going to be reckless and put stuff there and just put armies and then lose precious American soldiers' life over Nigeria being not able to guard its borders and guard its people and rid its country off of Islamic terrorists. So again, that's my own take. I mean, that's what I think. That's just it. Let me see these. Okay, this is not a random non-entity. This is actually an educated person. This is someone was once in Nigerian army. Let's see. Islam first, then Nigeria. Enemies of Allah. See what it thinks of Christians, enemy of Allah. Let me see this. Nigerian Christians are the problem and they are enemies of Allah. This is just November 11. Just yesterday. Okay? What else? Look at it. Islam first, then Nigeria. Wow. Army commander, retired combat veteran. Islamic resistance movement, Hamas. Can you see that? Can you see that? So the blasphemy law is here to stay. If you're not okay with that, you're allowed to relocate to America. Islamic Sharia, the law of Allah, not man-made law. Islam today and forever. Any Nigerian Christian who is not happy should go back to Vatican City. Yeah, that's it. These are the people we're dealing with. So when you come out to say, oh, they also kill Muslims, these are the people we're dealing with. These are the people we're dealing with. Okay? And that's why you cannot give them an inch in your country. You can't give them an inch in your country, else you become a casualty. Okay, this one is saying, no, they don't need Trump. Okay, the APC guy says they don't need Trump.
Trump called Nigeria a country of particular interest. Donald Trump
threatens to send the U.S. to war in Nigeria in a deranged post. Oh, I love this. Let me say this.
Trump just threatened to send the U.S. to war with Nigeria as he appears to be completely losing it. Now, if you missed it yesterday, Donald Trump called Nigeria a country of particular interest, as he suggests that Christians that live there are the targets of attacks. Well, today he followed that up with a deranged Truth Social post where he says if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns ablazing, to completely wipe out those who are committing these acts. Yeah, the President of the United States just threatened to send the country to war via Truth Social post. This is the act of a deranged person. Either that or he's trying to distract us from an absolutely crumbling economy. Or maybe he feels like he wasn't getting enough attention today, and so he posts this so he can get his fix. Either way, in my opinion, Donald Trump appears to be losing it, and the people around him have to step in. They have to come forward and say something, and it's time for the 25th Amendment.
Oh, for the 999th time. We had this 25th Amendment prior to 2020. Oh, this guy was losing it. This guy's going down and all of that. I mean, he left. He came back again. So, again, this is more of a Democrat speaking. And I kind of maybe, but then, I mean, looking at how Trump operates, he's not going to send troops immediately. He wants some kind of resolution to the matter. And again, he goes extreme when he posts. He posts like a deranged madman. Really, but he does. But what he wants is results. Let the killing stop. As with respect to the oil and that, yeah, he might also have interest in that. I won't lie to you. He might. But better fix your country, because when you actually open a gap and it's being utilized by the terrorists, then what stops America from also exploiting that gap? I'm just saying, it's a cruel world out there, so you better be prepared. But again, it is what it is. Let me see this. Before I came here, many people say, oh, please don't speak about Trump. I just laugh. I'm Nigerian, I'm Christian. My father is a pastor, and my families are all Christian. This is politics taken too far. We on President Trump. Oh, let me see what he's got to say.
Killings of Christians, he described it as genocide. And he says that he has allotted the Department of War, according to what is tagged it now, that they should prepare for an involvement, an engagement in Nigeria. What is your own view? Are you worried about a possibility of a Trump invasion of Nigeria?
Hashem, thank you for this opportunity. In fact, I think you may have promoted this program today. Before I came in here, so many people were sending me texts. Oh, please, don't speak about Trump, please, this and that and this. And I just laughed. I'm a Nigerian, a full-blooded Nigerian. I'm a Christian. My father is a pastor. My family are all Christians. I serve in this government. First of all, it's an indictment of my person as a Christian. The indictment of my family as Christians, that a government that I'm serving, anybody will allege that that government is supporting genocide, killing of Christians, and then I'm still in that government. This is politics taken too far.
Is this politics?
This is politics taken too far.
What do you mean?
Now, let me just come. The Inspector General of Police is a Christian. The Director General of State Security Service is a Christian. Today, the Chief of Defense is a Christian. The former Chief of Defense is a Christian. Now, tell me how any right-thinking person will say that we are in this government. The secretary to government is a Christian. We sit in the government that will support the killings of our own people. That's why I say politics taking too far.
Is it Trump that is playing this politics or who is playing?
I am coming. You see, there could be some misinformation or destruction. It's unfortunate. All I tell people is that nobody will be happy for the death of anybody, whether a Christian or a Muslim. No right-thinking person, no leader will say, I'm happy that Muslims are dying. I'm happy Christians are dying. I'm happy non-believers are dying. Nobody. Not the president I know. Not this president I know. I'm not talking about even the government now. It's just not possible. Not to come as an individual. Not this president I know. Whose wife is a senior pastor.
Oh. I said this before. I'm a Muslim. My wife is a pastor. Is not a strategy to defeat extremism. That's your own personal preference. These guys that are plotting this attack, that are on a rampage every day. I mean, you see them come for a peace truce between the Nigerian army and these extremists and the government, and they come in, they're brandishing their weapons, they're in paramilitary uniform, and then we have a truce with them, and then you're like, oh, you're reintegrating them into the society, and their leaders are there with them, the leaders that has caused the death of your military men over the years, and they're sitting down with politicians. And then tomorrow you send your soldiers back to the forest to fight this extremist, or to wherever they send them to fight this extremist, and you just add a pact with the same extremist that is responsible for the carnage and the destruction of lives. And I'm saying, I'm a Muslim, my wife is a pastor, is not a security strategy. Can the president come up with something more legit? Something that we can say, okay, fine, the way we're going, in the next 3, 4, 5 months, extremism will be defeated. And if there's anything, we're going to swoop into action and we're going to tempt this thing, and no more will one person's life be lost to extremism. That doesn't mean there won't be, spots here and there. If there are no people within the government that is responsible for this, then let us know who is it, where's the money coming from. These guys have better ammunition at times, they have more supplies. There's been different reports of how you have helicopter come drop weapons for them. There are links. They are even so bold right now, they stream terrorism online. They stream on TikTok. People fighting against Western civilization. They stream. And they're even bold. So right now, the Nigerian government is not up to the task. I don't like the United States coming into our affairs. But again, you open the door for that. Because if you know what you were doing, you won't be 2 years in office, and then you have a massive massacre in Benue State, almost 200 people dead. And it was until when everybody was shouting, that was when the president knew he was going to take a trip. And then when he even get there, the whole thing was just more like business as usual. Are we joking or what? Are we playing? And you're saying somebody's playing politics. If you're not playing politics with this, why is it that now at this point, your party, well, not your party, because I know you decamp, you don't even decamp, you're just everywhere. You're in PDP, you're in APC, you're everywhere. But the party in power has been in power for the past 10 years. I think 10 years is sufficient enough. Because I'm not going to say it's been in power for 2 years. No, his party has been in power for 10 years. So what are you talking about? When you say, oh, people are just playing politics with this thing. Who is playing politics with it? Is it because those people dying are not children of ministers? Those people dying are not children of all these well-renowned pastors? It's just those northerners in one village that are just being killed every day. And we're like, oh, don't play politics with it. If play politics with it will open the world's eyes to what has been happening and has been happened when Joe Biden was president, happened when Trump was president, and it did, he spoke to Tinubu Buhari about that. It designated Nigeria as a country of concern. This is how it happens before it spreads. It becomes wildfire, and everybody's like, "Oh, we didn't know how they're coming in." They went into one southern church, killed 50 people. They did a campaign. I think they did a primaries, an election. After that, nobody even recognized that happened. So it's now normal.
Shut his eyes and will not do anything that a particular religion is being eliminated? Certainly not. Could complacency mean
Okay, so that's it. It was talking about being
killings
complacent.
of
The truth about this is that there was this tweet by Elon Musk who said that, incompetence and sabotage at times they are very close to each other, because you don't even know if these are just incompetent people or these are just saboteurs. So again, it is what it is. Okay, so this is the guy.
They have declared war on Plateau. As I'm talking to you, yesterday we buried in the night one corpse, and they killed 2 people again. This morning that I'm telling you, come and see Fulani terrorists were invited from Bauchi, other places. I was able to have a report from the insider, and the man spoke, and it comes to true. This morning, as I'm talking to you, they are trooping into Doroa. They're outside behind Doroa, into Nyarwe village of Fan. Now what do you want us to do? We are going to defend ourselves to death. I was just coming from already.
Man, have you seen those guys when they are moving? When they stream them, they move like with different motorcycles, and they move like troops. And I'm like, we are the Nigerian military. These guys move like troops. At times they're streaming like, oh my God, like they're streaming like, we are the terrorists. We're moving to the next village. This is a burnt church. Okay, they were just being attacked, and you could see that resilience in them. This is northern Christians. That's how this happened. Nigerian church remained steadfast in their faith after their church was burned to the ground. How come we're not seeing so much mosque being burned as churches? Yes, there are Muslims being killed. Nobody's disputing that, because it definitely has to boomerang at some point. And they here worshiping God despite the persecution. Okay, I think I saw this one.
People claiming that there is no genocide of Christians in the nation. Information with facts can never be thwarted. You see people buried in hundreds and you say there is no genocide. What a wicked set of people. Agreed, there are people killed in other places for other reasons. But this one is very clear. And gradually is eating down to the south, southwest, southeast.
Exactly. I mean, it's moving down, because if you don't stop it, it grows. It's like cancer. If you don't stop it, it grows. It's moving. It's moving. So when it gets to Lagos, the economic capital, and you might just think, oh, it's not there already. Oh, so you think that it could be bombing a side of a country where you don't need a visa, you don't need screening, you don't need anything to move to the other side, and you think it's not in there. It's not in the south right now. Well, maybe you might want to fool yourself a little bit, but I don't know, man. Now it's in the backyard. Kwara State. Kwara State is more like, I look at Kwara State, although it's in the north central, it's a northern part of the country, but I look at them because most of the people in Kwara State, they speak Yoruba, which is the language of the south. So I still see Kwara State as more of partly southwest, even though it's not.
And many so-called leaders, for their personal interests, are claiming it's not true. Selling out their faith, if they have it at all. Jesus said, when I come, will I find the faith? And we are standing here to say to Jesus, the faith will keep standing. Raise your voice in a few seconds. Father, strengthen the brethren. Strengthen the faith.
That's it, bro. I mean, I don't know how you can go to church and claim that, you know what, this is it. Okay, now they're saying that, you know what, Dangote, the Nigerian billionaire, and the Sahel are under attack in the name of Muslims are killing Christians. Nobody said Muslims are killing Christians. I mean, that's just pure disingenuous. Islamic terrorists are killing Christians. It was clear. And he didn't even say it was going to come in. He said it's going to come in if the president does not take control of that matter. He's been there for 2 years. And as much as I support him when it comes to his economic reforms, which I believe was a very, very difficult thing to do at the time, and that the results, will start coming in. I'm a vested, participant. I'm interested in the economic well-being of Nigeria. But who wants to invest in a country where a greater percentage of a section of the country is facing extremism? So again, that's that about that. This was the peace talk that they had. You don't do peace talk with. So this was them in the north holding peace talk. What kind of peace talk is this? Look at this. I don't know, bro. So you have the Nigerian military, and then you have the bandits having a chit chat. They're having a chit chat, okay? They're talking. And then tomorrow you're telling us, oh, you've sent them to the forest to go stamp out banditry. And they are here together having a chit chat. Who is deceiving who? Who is deceiving who here? I believe it's the prayer of those that, have gone up to heaven, that's gone up to heaven, that is making Trump getting more activated. Because I wasn't even expecting that Trump is going to talk about this. Like, everybody has moved on, technically, and then you have this happening. Now, look at this.
If my government is denying genocide, what will they say about this?
So just, this is a mass grave. And this is what happens when there's a mass killing. This is one of the best places you could ever have in Nigeria, Plateau State. Google it. Plateau State is one of the best states. Because of its one, it has good topography in terms of weather. Jos is the name of the state, and Plateau is the capital. No, I think Plateau is the capital, just whichever one. I mean, I'm mixing it up. Plateau State is the state, and I think Jos is the capital. And all of a sudden, All this thing just started so many years ago. Just overnight, you just wake up to news like, oh, they've gone to kill another 50 people. These are human beings. These are human beings. And it's been so, people have been kind of immune to that if they say that, oh, another 100 people were killed, like it's just normal. So when Trump is screaming now, you're like, oh, he's the madman, right? He's the madman. Okay. Let's listen.
If my government is denying genocide, what will they say about this?
Let's see if I can increase the volume.
United Nations, European Union, take note. This is the genocide of people that were killed on the fateful day of 7 March 2010.
Wow.
Massacre at Dogona Hawa Plateau State.
2010.
Names of victims that were killed. Machineries were brought from Niger Republic. They were brought from Chad. They were brought from Burkina Faso, Senegal. They were hired into the nation. They mix up with those from Maiduguri. That's a Muslim state.
Wow.
Also from Gombe.
So there's also, that's one of the parts that I've not spoken about. There's also the international coordination with some of these other Sahel countries. So at times you've heard that, oh, they're not just citizens of Nigeria, they're coming through the border. Or there's also the story of, oh, when Libya fell, a lot of all those guys moved towards, our own side of the country with all the weapons. There's also the story of, oh, because they're looking, because of climate change. Like, how the hell will you say, oh, because of climate change, these guys that own cattle, they can no longer feed their cattle, so they're coming into your country. What kind of an excuse is that? Where do we even start?
Muslim state. In fact, the troop into this place, Bauchi, this is the route that they took.
Wow.
By about midnight, they invaded this village. We are living peacefully in this Dogona Hawa. These are the victims of massacre.
Wow, look at the leaves, look at the roads, bro.
Davo Bitrus, Chuan Bitrus, John Nash Ren, Ngoisa Daljuma, all they are under the grave.
But you can see that there is a lot of people.
Caros.
Because as at that time, this was more like the crescendo. This was not the crescendo. This was like then. I mean, we're not really hearing about terrorism in Nigeria. I mean, there were clashes, and most of it were actually tribal. Okay, and then once in a while you have the religious clash, but it wasn't this of this nature where you just have people go in and then just destroy community. That wasn't happening. But 2010, 2009, 2010, things changed. And they got a perfect person to be in charge of the country that had no clue about governance in the name of Goodluck Jonathan. Okay, he was a Christian. So again, I'm not gonna excuse him from being one of the factors, because he gave a speech few weeks ago, and this is 2025. He was the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and in that speech, I was so mad at how he said that's a lot of questions that he's expecting that the military leaders will write a book to tell us what really happened. Bro, president for 6 years. I mean, if it's not there, it's not there. In the words of Wiki, he said it too. Like, it was so bad. They were doing I think it was more like they were talking about I think they recently did Chibok girls and all those stuff, anniversary and all of those. And it was saying, no, that the US was not helping. I mean, that was him saying the US was not helping. They were not selling weapons. That the opposition party, which was APC at the time, also used that as a way for them to win elections. Now we have the APC there, and they've not solved the problem. So I'm not going to be nice to both of them. If you don't know what you're doing, then if the heat is too much, then you leave the kitchen. These are lives. These are individuals. Some of them have their lives in front of them overnight. And then you have the politicians driving in their jets, driving in their personal security vehicles. Now when they move, it's more like a whole town is moving. Why? Because they cannot live freely in their own country.
Nash Lydia E. Danchuma. See the name. 100 is moving to 66. Ended by Israel Simon, Lydia Bulus Juan, Da Labi Dung. And look at this place too.
Victor, look at name.
Dadung, Dagondung, Justina Gang, Sani, Pam, Victor Pam. To summarize, to go down to 126. Ranked up with Ungoti Tigwam.
Wow.
He moved also to 127. Dan Juma Gwog, Victoria Zang, Tess Crooks. You have been looking for facts. Look at facts. To prove Nigerian government are biggest liar. If they taught them, they will say Muslims are also killed. By who? By Muslim terrorists.
Exactly.
After they have eliminated Christian from Katsina, from Zamfara.
Bro, you said it. You said it. Because the blood-sucking demon doesn't stop. And if you understand how these people operate, they get into some nasty drugs. They're not human. They're not like you and I. There's no reason. What would take you to kill your fellow human being in the name of serving one God that you don't even know? You've already been counted as what? Not human. And it's a spiritual thing. It's more of a spiritual thing. And that is why you don't have a chit chat. You don't have a negotiation with them. The only thing they know and the only thing they understand is force. And if you're not ready to use that force, I'm sorry, you will be a casualty. And I'm telling you, in their old plan, I know they're going to have also similar scenario of even trying to take away the president that is also trying to say, oh, I'm a Muslim, but my wife is a pastor. Okay, so the religious tolerance, it does not apply to these guys. It applies to sane people. And that is why when you go to Dubai, they have one of the strictest law against terrorism. And may I let you know, may I remind you that those guys in Dubai, the sheikhs, the big guys, the big guns in Dubai, for so many years now, they've been warning the United Kingdom and Europe. And they're telling them, you people, you don't know what you're actually doing. And you don't know what you're inviting into your country. Because when it all goes down, it's just a matter of time. UK, if they don't change course, maybe one of the countries that would have terrorists, and unfortunately, they have nuclear weapons. If they don't, I mean, the video is there online. If I have some time, I can look for it. The guy was telling you, he was warning the United Kingdom. Let me look for it. So that you don't think, oh, this guy's just blabbing. This guy's just blabbing, doesn't know what he's talking about, right? I get that a lot, but anyway, it's part of the gig, right? It's part of the gig. You know, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me see. Let me look for it here. And I'm going to go back to that because I really want to hear those people. These are like more than 300, almost 300 names there. 2010, that was when all this nonsense started. Okay, and it's been lingering for that. Now you have IDP camps that is even more than I think a lot of them, all over the place. Millions of people in displaced people's camp. Let me see. UAE minister warns Europe about terrorism. Let me see if God can actually. UAE minister warns Europe about terrorism. Europe about extremism. I've played it here before, so but let me just see if I can get it. Oh my, extremism. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, the first thing, the algorithm is on my side today. Now let me play this for you. Okay.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you. And let me say this in English so you can understand what I'm saying.
I have translation.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you get it right. There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
That's why you don't have terrorist attacks in the UAE. They know that. They've lived through it. They understand what it means. They see other countries falling apart. Real time falling apart. This is a Muslim, I can tell you. He's gonna be, I'm 80% sure this is gonna be a Muslim. And it's telling you, maybe UK will be one of the countries, an Islamic country with a nuclear weapon. What are we gonna do? I'm not saying you shouldn't bring Muslims in or you should be asked to. No, that's not what I'm talking about. If you think that's what I'm talking about, then this show is not for you. I'm saying that there's evil in this world. There's extremism in this world. There are people that are bent on conquering the world in the name of jihad. And if for 1 minute you think that it's the same thing as normal peace-loving Muslims, then you need your head checked. There are people that are ready today when they say, oh, there's a jihad happening somewhere, they're going to live wherever and fly there. So if you don't know the threat, and if you don't know how to deal with the threat, and you're saying, I'm a Muslim, my wife is a pastor, like, that's not a strategy. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me go back to this because, I mean, just to see what's happening. Okay, this is, oh, I missed that.
From Borno, what next? Then the Christian that escaped from the far north, Sokoto, they were able to locate and come back to Plateau State. And they moved down to the south. They escaped their life. Now, the rural villages of Sokoto, Muslim state, Katsina, Muslim state, if you find a Christian, is in the town, the city, headquarters of the state. That's where there's security. But in the villages, Boko Haram are taking over the villages. Once you're a Christian, you can only be a Christian by serving them as slaves in the local government. Wow. Look at what has happened to 189. Look at this monument. It's a memory for what is happening. Chuan S. Dung boat moving down to 252 people. Joseph Johanna. Now let's go back to see the other side of the monument.
I didn't even know that. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2010. That was when it all really went into full gear. That was when I knew that this was not just individuals. I was still, I was still then. I was in Lagos. I was in Lagos then. And at times in Lagos, when I'm coming home, and because there's always this traffic, crazy traffic, at times you could spend 2 hours on the road while going back home. And I'm like, and all the cars are like together like this. I'm like, bro, if these people come here and throw one bomb, bro, there is always that fear. But there's been times when there were scares. Like, oh, the plan to bomb Third Mainland Bridge. That's the major bridge where people link the island and the mainland. Okay, so I'm talking about what I know. So you have this bridge. There'll just be like some random, maybe it's a prank, maybe it's what, but there was that fear. It was palpable, especially during the years of Jonathan, because those guys were just expanding their territories. They were just moving. They were just huge. They were just gaining from here to here and there. And they go with sophisticated cars, military weapons, sophisticated stuff. This is not local. That will tell you that whatever is happening is not local. And there was another.
It continues from 250.
They said that this thing is like 300 people. I didn't freaking know that, bro.
Z, Chuandi, Jik, Da Gang Pam Tang, Kumbo Gang Tang. It moved down to 315. That is Nerat Jong. We move again to 316. Peace John, Ezekiel Pam. It moved down again to 378. That's Paula Joseph Nyam.
Sure.
It's shift again from the top. That Dungyang, Well Davo. It moved down to 401 and 41. Dagom Elia was among them list. Mandung Christopher, that's 402. Garba Danjuma, he moved down to round up to 501. Apart from this list that are here, there are many more. Only vultures that were dragged into those rocks. What? Women were dragged for raping.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, so we all had to wait for one bill. So the person that started this whole made it go viral was someone that is not even a Christian. Bill Maher, not a Christian. Doesn't he's not a Christian. He even he's not a Christian at all. He even make jest of Christian. And was just saying that in passing that where's the outrage? Because we can always say, oh, some people are being killed in Palestine or Palestinian or in Gaza. Some Palestinians are being killed based on a war. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay. Yeah, so that's that about that. I just hope that they find help and they find that well. So let me move on. I mean, I'll keep following the story. I don't even know where things are right now. I'm hearing that President Tinubu will be going to see the Vice President of the United States of America. I don't know. Is Tinubu set to visit the United States? Let me see. I don't know if he's set to visit because I learned I was going to travel. That is going to visit, in this thing. No, he's not. Okay. Published a story claiming that Tinubu will fly to Washington to meet J.D. Vance That was on Sunday, but Monday, the same outlet updated the story, said the trip is cancelled. Tinubu will instead lobby for a bilateral meeting with President Trump. When I first heard that I was going to meet J.D. Vance, I was like, this is nonsense. Why would you meet a J.D. Vance? Trump made the threat. You should meet the person that made the threat that was going to come and intervene. You're not going to have something solid with J.D. Vance. And I wouldn't even want that, because again, we have to be very careful here. This is not something that is going to, I don't want it to be used as a gotcha moment, because I've seen all those nonsense that Trump said when there was a president. I think it was the president, one of these countries, maybe, was it South Africa? Or maybe not, maybe one of these other African countries. And I was like, oh, you speak English. I'm like, what does it mean that you speak English? Oh, you speak good English. Like, dude, we were colonized by the British, bro. We speak better English than some of the United States of American citizens. I can tell you that for sure. Our English is better. We may not have the accent, because you guys have the accent. We may not have the accent, but our English is better than some United States citizens. Born in the United States. I'm not talking about refugees. I'm saying born in the United States. Our English, some of us in Africa, our English is way, way better than some of your guys. I don't want this to be a meeting of, oh, you speak good English. Or the way, this South African president was embarrassed. I believe that Tinubu should be able to handle that matter. And I don't think you should go and see J.D. Vance. And I don't, maybe they can make it live. They can put it on camera. It's going to be good for me. I mean, content, right? I'm going to love it to see both of them talk live. But again, I want it to be a more serious discussion about how to root out terrorism in Nigeria once and for all. Once and for all. There are people, there are insiders, there are people that have infiltrated the government. There are individuals that have infiltrated the forces. There are individuals that have infiltrated a lot of the rank and file in the government. And this is a very, very critical moment for Tinubu, and also very sensitive. And it's also not just black and white. So he himself has to be careful, because I won't be surprised if there's a target on his back. Because he's been able to stem the corruption in subsidy. He's been able to stem to take out the corruption in foreign exchange. The economic reforms is actually coming up now. The reserves are now like very, very great. I mean, from $4 billion to 40 something. Now with Dangote also coming in with his refinery, that heavy chest. Now they want to expand that refinery to be the #1 in the world. So there's a serious threat there too. So I don't doubt it. If Tinubu, the president, has the target on his back, what we can do is just to pray and to work hard and to keep talking and to keep walking and to keep putting this thing out there. Whenever you have the opportunity, don't just gloss over it. You want to get to the bottom of what has happened. Don't just go online and make some assertion, oh, there's no genocide. Oh, so what's happening? 501 list, 2010. Oh, it's 2010, right? Okay. I can tell you the family members are still being impacted till today. And what about the ones that we've not seen? Just this year, Benue State, 200 people killed this year. That was in 2010. And the problem is that the world is highly interconnected now. So terrorism in Nigeria, terrorism in Congo, or terrorism in Israel, or terrorism in Michigan State, Dearborn, Michigan State in the United States, terrorism in UK, as a way it connects together. And the problem is this: those that are financing this terrorism, they are connected in such a way that they put in more money to where they can actually have more impact. So if you think that it's just Nigeria, it's not your country, you might be wrong. I'm just saying. Okay. So that's that. So now that has been cancelled. Monday, November 3, the Tinubu Senior Special Assistant said there's a Sahara Reporter story that is going to meet J.D. Vance. The story is not true. The president is going to the White House. He's not going to meet the vice president. Yeah, I thought as much. That's nonsense. I mean, I don't know, but the statement was carried by Vanguard, Punch, and all of that. I saw that story. I just said, let me wait a little bit more because I don't know. Like it wasn't like so. No U.S. trip, no U.S. trip is scheduled. The only confirmed possibility is a Trump Tinubu handshake in South Africa at the G20 if Trump accepts the invitation. And White House has not announced any Tinubu's visit. The Nigerian president calls the entire story fake news. As of today, November 3, Trump is staying home. Tinubu is staying home. I think one way, what I would love to happen is Tinubu goes to the United States and Trump comes to Nigeria. Yeah. I think they can make that happen. Tinubu goes to the United States and Trump comes to Nigeria. Yeah. Yeah. If he's able to do that and they get some deals, again, it depends on what Tinubu wants. If he feels like, we're going to handle this thing by ourselves, so be it. But at some point, now the whole world is watching. So you cannot hide around, I'm a Muslim, my wife is a pastor, whatever. Again. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I think we've done that. I saw a post by Femi Fani-Kayode saying that there's no genocide, Trump's a madman. And then the internet actually brought out a lot of stuff of him himself saying there's a Christian genocide. And that Trump was chosen by God to actually bring peace to the world. Again, talking about self-own, Talking about self-own, bro. Okay, I want to talk about this story. We're going to talk about this. No. Okay, let's see this. Emanuela slaps Ben. What a good topic. What a good title. Emanuela slaps Ben after unwanted proposal at Lagos wedding. Bro, this is actually trending. For X to have actually brought this out and actually write, you have a caption, then it actually did trend. Let's look at that. This was where it all went down. Oh, yeah. Let's start.
Ever since he told me that he was going to engage Mama, I was...
So this was a setup. Before I continue, it was a setup. So I guess the guys organized with whatever, maybe the MC or the people, the celebrant, the person getting married, that, you know what, I want to use this to launch my own proposal. Oh my God. Man, the struggle.
So happy. And it has been my wish that
I just do the both I will.
On the day of the engagement, he kept calling and saying, Ella, how's everything going? We've not arranged
The guy confused. Like, what's happening? You guys thought, I thought you guys wanted me to come and say something about the, whatever. And then this is what happened. Okay. So she was like, what the hell? What's happening here? And it all went down here. It all went down here. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Oh. The last time I saw this kind of slap was when, what's his name? Will Smith. And that other comedian, what's his name again? I've forgotten his name. That was the last time. Like, exact way, right? Wow. I'm not interested. Why the slap? Again, why would you do this when you're not 100% sure what's going to happen, bro? I mean, you got messed up. Like, it's global now, right? I mean, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, so this is the guy. Now the woman is now coming out to claim.
For some reason, I have been trending for the wrong reasons, which I am here to clear the air.
Okay, clear the air. Let's hear what you have to say.
First of all, am I supposed to apologize? Yes, but will I apologize? No.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not going to apologize. Typical narcissistic, misogynistic tendencies. Okay.
And I won't apologize because Wizzy Ben deserves what he got.
Oh, bro.
You can't be asking a lady out for the past how many months and she clear-cut told you to your face that she cannot date you and gave you reasons why she can't date you. One of the reasons is because he stays in Port Harcourt and I stay in Lagos. I don't do long distance relationship.
I thought the guy was coming in from the United States or from Canada or from UK. So it's just Port Harcourt to Lagos. Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
I have made this clear times without number. I have told him, guy, me, I cannot do anything with you because you stay far away from me. Why you go come person wedding? A wedding that you and we were invited to, and you're coming to propose to somebody. Like, does it make sense to you?
It's the screws, it's the reef, man. So as a result of that, I'm gonna slap him. Again, I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, there's even the discussion, why should I kneel down, right? To propose, right? I'm just saying, I'm not gonna do that. That's not in my nature. But again, a slap, that's assault. That's assault. Don't you know that? You could have walked away. And nobody's gonna, I mean, everybody's just gonna laugh and move on. But a slap?
Does it make sense?
I don't know, bro. You tell me.
You won't disgrace yourself, I disgrace you now. Everybody is blaming me for it.
You know, they're gonna blame you because you should have just walked away. You don't hit people. That's what we're saying, no to violence, right? The guy can file charges against you if you don't know. That's battery, that's assault. If a guy does that, we know what people will be saying by now. Maybe we would have been arrested. You won't have the opportunity and the golden opportunity to do a video, set up a ring light, and start talking about how you are the victim. You are the victim. Bro, I don't know, man.
You are the one who wanted to disgrace yourself. I did not disgrace you. I only gave you what you deserve. I beg now. Can you, Edafe and Brian, stop all of this? You people should stop. Stop. Look at my DM. I'm getting death threats for Christ's sake now.
Why? You shouldn't get death threats.
I'm getting death threats because of you people.
Then lock your
If Brian hadn't posted that video now and you and Edafe didn't respond to the video, how will I be getting?
Oh, so now you're angry because you got caught. Now you got caught, you're angry, bro. Man, this new world, new world order, man.
Those kind of threats. My friends now, my DM is filled up. Why? Because everybody is now seeing me as a bad person. Anybody who won't even see me as bad person, self, you don't even consign me again, self. See me as whatever you want to see me as. Like, this is not nice now. Busy Ben, I beg. Call your dogs. Put them on a leash, I beg.
Bro!
Let nobody enter my DM again to come and threaten me. Let nobody come threaten me because of you.
I'm not for threatening, okay? I think she's done a lot of damage for herself for a while. But again, I know boys, right? They're still gonna put their head there, right? So again, it is what it is. I mean, you were the one that slapped someone. And the guy too, like, I mean, Lagos to Port Harcourt is quite far, but with the coastal road and all of those things that Tinubu is putting, I think love can actually be brought closer to each other. I'm just joking, I'm just saying. I mean, with a new coastal road that Tinubu wants to bring in, we could actually, have relationship. The distance might actually be closer now. I'm just saying. But for you to go slap a guy, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not even because of that guy, but for your future relationship. I think you did.
I don't talk him. And I won't say it again.
And that's a threat too, though. So again, that's the lady's story. I mean, the guy obviously, I guess, was in love. I don't know what to say, but so now the guy has come out to talk. The guy who got slapped, who got slapped in front of the wall by his girlfriend at the wedding ceremony, has come out to debunk his ex claim that they were not dating. He said she claimed they were never in a relationship, but she was the one who suggested he move to Lagos. He also said she suggested they invest in a shop together. He finally made it clear that she would return all the investment he made with her along with the documents. Okay, let's hear King.
Alright guys, on a face show, on a show shine. I'm out here to firstly thank each and every one of you who have been trying to reach out to me to make sure I'm fine, to make sure I'm okay. I really appreciate you guys. A lot of DMs on red. I really appreciate you guys. Now, I'm not supposed to be making this video, but at this point I have to speak out. I have to speak up. What happened yesterday?
So his handle, I think his handle is King Wizzy Ben. I like, how do you slap a king and go scot-free? And this is not a joking matter. But I cannot just help but laugh that the person that slapped is now claiming she's the victim in this whole scenario.
Today is already everywhere. No be new thing again. And I've maintained silence. I've tried to maintain silence. I told myself I was not going to say anything about this issue, but at this point, I just have to speak up. Now, Ella, apart from being friends, you know how we take meet for Eco House during when they shoot in content. I was in Lagos, January, February this year.
Oh, all these content boys. Here we go again. My colleague in the industries.
When we met, you know things when me and you discuss. The chats are here. You understand?
Oh,
now,
he's bringing receipts.
After what happened yesterday, I expected you to just keep quiet, focus on your life, and everybody should just move on. Because me, I be not even get any intention of to come drag you online or to tell you anything. You get? Okay. But you went ahead to make videos calling my friends dogs, saying we never dated, I dey disturb you, you no answer me. Ella, me, I dey disturb you, you no answer me. Ella, now, I will post our chat. Since everything is public already, I go post our chat. Make that chat, make people read and whether na boyfriend and girlfriend chat be that or.
No, I don't subscribe to posting personal chats, personal DMs and all of that. No matter what. Except where someone has leaked it already and you want to save your face. Because that was discussion in good faith. I don't know, but that's me. Like once you start exposing my text to the world, it just tells me who you are. But again, I don't know. I mean, it might be the slap that is working.
Na person where they beg person chat. That's one. Secondly, we know the date. Why you been dey worry me man move to Lagos? You dey find a house boy to employ. Where you dey worry me man move to Lagos? Say you are not okay with me being in Port Harcourt. Oh. Number 3. We know the date, the shop where you say make we rent, make we get additional source of income so that if we move into our apartment together, we go get extra source of income where go they push us. Wetin won't make me and you move into the same apartment together when we know the date? I don't understand. Well guys, I don't really want to say much. I go post the chat, I go post everything. But Ella, one thing I'm promising you now, since you don't decide to dent my image, okay, like to project me to the whole world, say me, I know they man enough or I know they capable to get somebody like you. No wahala.
No,
any invest.
No, but I didn't say that. She didn't say that. I mean, bro, you're harding to it though. You didn't say you're not capable. She just doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. I mean, even if you're not capable, I don't know, maybe she has some other reasons. But again, how come you didn't clock it? How come you didn't clock it before going to go kneel down in front of the wall to propose? You should have clocked it, you know? So again, now there is the pride, you know, a man's pride will also kick in there. I'm not a relationship expert, so if I'm getting this analysis wrong, I'm sorry.
What we don't do together, I beg you in the name of God, arrange all the documents, arrange everything, so that anytime when I come to collect them, make 2 ears no hear them, make nobody even know say anything like that happen. I take God, beg you, let's all behave mature and respect each other. Cut the video, my poster. All right, guys.
Yeah, film them well. Cut it. Cut the camera. Okay, so this is his response, right? And then I'm just looking and I'm seeing these, yeah. Let's see what people are saying. I mean, people will just keep posting that. I want to see if there's any major analysis. Boom, like that. Okay, but let me see what people are saying to these guys, whatever, to his response, right? Let me just see. Lobaton, stop giving ungrateful people money. They have two legs and arms to go and struggle and work like you. See, if a girl doesn't genuinely love you as a man, supposed to know. Yeah, you should know. You shouldn't come out there and then embarrass yourself. And now you're saying that you're going to post chats. A woman must love the man more for a relationship to last. If not, the man is entering a stressful life that is uncalled for. All I'm saying is, guys, make your girl love you more. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm not shocked. The girl story doesn't add up. She doesn't look like a straightforward person. Investing heavily on a woman who is not your wife makes you a failure as a man. This is where gay comes. Where is gay? Or what is it gay? Where is gay when we need him most? Like, this is, you're a mumu man. See this one? You're a mumu man. As a man, if you listen impulsively to what women tell you with a second thought, it will always land you in trouble. I believe everything you said, but you should know it's a red flag and illogical to invest in one who is not your wife. 100%. 100%. Why would you give a girl the money and you're planning to move in and you're doing shop and you're doing documents and you're having this together and it's not even your wife? Like, that's insane. So this is why you know that this guy didn't actually go to the gay school. Because if he went to gay school of whatever he calls himself, you should know that it was going to crash. This is a good con. This is where gay thrives, not me, right? But I'm just saying, from Lagos to Port Harcourt, that long distance relationship, but Lagos to UK, no be. You know the way the guy said, yeah, plated here, sorry about that, plated here, jacket. I see the guy just came in from the UK. Well, that was what I thought, bro. I thought the guy just came in from the UK to propose and then, they're going to plan out to move. Because I bet you if the guy was actually coming in from the UK, the girl will accept. It's just a matter of time. It's going to do the papers and it's going to move. Although now UK is becoming tough, so maybe no way there too. But it is what it is. And again, this is the extreme you're going to see this year. Because there was one that we saw where the guy went to propose to the girl, but because the guy would not kneel down, because the guy would not kneel down, the lady did not accept. What the lady didn't know was that there was going to be a boomerang. Let me see if I can find that one for you. Man proposes to guy to girl but refuses to stand up. That would be the search topic. Man. Yeah, but I don't know, but he became, but refuses to kneel down. Refuses to kneel. Because I saw that and I was like, what happened after? My friends, it was crazy. It was crazy. Let me see if I can get the Nigerian version. Lady turned down a man's marriage for refusing to kneel down. Oh yeah, this is it. Let's see this one.
Are you seeking love?
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, so she was into the whole thing. Okay, so this is like a slide. It's not a slide. It's a major contrast to the other guy who was not really into it. Okay, and the other lady who was not really into it. So now she's happy, like, oh, this day has come finally. The market is hot. Uh, and yeah, the dating pool is huge.
Like you knew about this whole thing that you didn't tell me.
So now this is the time. This is where they all go. Oh, so you got a kid? I mean, simple guy. You know, he looks like somebody that has a future. It looks like somebody that has a prospect, right? I'm just saying. So let's see what happens. Okay, so the cameras are there. Now it's time. Let's go.
Yes.
He says kneel down. The guy says, I don't have to kneel down, right? I mean, this wasn't our tradition, though. I mean, growing up as a Yoruba guy, it wasn't our tradition, because those days, when you want to marry, and again, I'm not saying that was the right thing, okay? You know, so don't crucify me. I'm just telling you what happened. Those olden days, before the church, before things became so clear, it was that when you want to marry, you go and meet the parents of the wife to be. You talk to them. You agree to them. This was narrated to me by, don't worry about that. So you go talk to them about, okay, we saw something in your house that we feel like, so there is more like a respect that comes to that. You talk to the parents of the mother. They agree with you. They say this is what you want. And then the D-Day comes. They send the lady to go get something down the street. And before you know it, she's kidnapped. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. That was part of the whole story. They draw up the rights and all that. That's the extreme. That's the extreme. I mean, that doesn't make sense. What if the lady doesn't love the man, right? But now we've now got into this tradition where now if the guy doesn't kneel down, because the guy's still going to kneel down on the day of the engagement. Is he going to kneel down with his friends? I mean, I've done that a couple of times with friends too. But now, apart from kneeling for the parents, now the ladies want you to kneel for them. I don't know where that is coming from, but it's the white tradition, I guess. Whatever. I'm a king, bro.
I don't have to kneel down. I don't have to kneel down to commit my life. I don't have to kneel down. You have to go on your knees. Leave your
pressure to bro.
Why are you raising your voice? This is just a proposal. Every single thing about you. I'm not going in. Why did you just go down on your knees like other men do?
I'm looking at the lady taking the camera, yeah, because I think something. I don't know if it is the one, but I think something interesting happened after.
What's the problem? Why are you shouting? You're embarrassing me. Why in public? No, don't tell me that. Why would you tell me to kneel down? Then come back here. No, what's wrong with you?
And then he left. She left. She left. So apparently, that was what happened, and she left. Just one sec.
Come here. What's wrong? Wait.
Bro, just because of that, so apparently that didn't work out. But that is not the interesting part. Because later on, there was a sequel to the real story. And that's what I want to show you guys. So let me see this. No, not this one. Sorry. Not this one. Refuses to kneel down. And then here comes, let me see if I can get that. Yeah, this is the guy. The same girl who refused to refuse the boyfriend's proposal because he didn't kneel down, now went back to beg. Okay, fine. I accept now. You don't need to kneel down to propose to me. Only to discover what? He's now dating our best friend. I was saying it. Look at the lady carrying the camera. I don't know what's happening. this is what happened.
Guys, am I now safe? You see, like anywhere I am.
I do not sleep. I don't understand.
What are you doing here now? Like,
You guys are not doing together. Is that what it is now? You guys are not
when
doing
you
together.
public, please don't.
I don't give a fucking damn if people are watching us. What do you mean by this?
What's going on? Sorry, please, we don't put it in here.
What is it? Please shut up your mouth and disappear from this place. I'm coming to you. What are you doing here?
Hello, please, can you stop? Please, we don't put it in here. Can you stop?
You have been calling me. And you've been busy me. And this is what you came here to do.
Why you embarrassing me? Like,
Hold on. Wait a minute. Is this a prank? Is this for real?
And you've been busy me. And this is what you came here to do.
Why you embarrassing me? Like,
Exactly. I asked you, my friend. I'm your friend, and so.
Please calm down.
I'm your friend. Damn. Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. So if you can't go for for iPhone 17 Pro Max, you can actually go for an iPhone XR that can be turned to an iPhone 17 Pro Max. That's the whole thing, bro.
Please, this is a cinema. This is not what's happening here. Please, let your
You don't have the right to destroy cinema because the guy couldn't kneel down. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't even.
Gerald.
And it's still there's nothing on this embarrassment here.
Don't hold my shirt.
Because of you, I won't be getting on this embarrassment.
Can you not hold my shirt?
Can you shut up?
Don't hold my shirt. Why are you
You've been embarrassing everything. You've been embarrassing me.
Can you call the security, please?
You've been embarrassing me.
Madam, it's okay, madam.
Everywhere. You should stop. Just take a look at you.
What's wrong with you, girl?
This is a red flag. This is a red flag. This is a red flag. Again, I feel for her, but what you think that you're trying to, I don't know, but it's no wonder the other one was waiting in the wings. Reject him and I just take him from you. I'm sorry.
Please stop. Like, all is can you imagine? Stop that. Don't. Calm down, Chelsea. My shirt. Don't hold my shirt. No, don't hold my shirt. Don't embarrass me in public like that. Why you?
You're very stupid, Donald. It has not ended here.
You want to tear my shirt?
I will tear it, and what will you do? Donald, I will tear it. What will you do?
It's okay.
Shameless girl. You're shameless.
Again, I don't know. I think the guy should at least, like, there should be some level of, clear cut stuff. You can't just jump from one to the best friend and all that. Again, it's the same world. It's an insane world, but, she would have wished that she never said the guy should do that. And again, it's just unfortunate. I feel for both of them, with the guy and the girl. I mean, I feel for both of them. And that's why it is very...
Shut up! You want to say my shit? Get out of my
It's okay.
She
wants to clear my shirt. Like...
He does not want you!
What?
Okay, come back, bro. Let's come back. Bro, come on, leave me there. Okay. Leave her, let she go. No. Leave her, let she go.
Relax, what? Can you imagine that girl?
Donald.
No, I don't want anybody there.
Donald.
You guys are all this.
Donald.
You guys Slap me. You die law. Chine, say make you slap me. Chine, say make you slap me. Chine, slap me now. Come and fight me. Chine, slap me. Come on, here. Come and fight me.
Okay, I guess is it Lapo or Nepo baby things? I guess they're gonna sort themselves out. Yeah, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine, but again, it's just crazy. So that was what really happened. Anyway. So now moving from that one who says, just kneel down to the other guy that slapped the hell out of the boy, to the other lady that slapped the hell out of the guy. I don't know. I mean, you be the judge, but again, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I also learned that the guy bought a car for her, and then he had to sell. What's this one? Wanted. Let me see if I want to move on. There's a big election happening next week in Nigeria. Is it next week? No, I think it's November. When is the elections? Because I did one. What's this? In Canada, the police forgets to put the car in park, so the car rolled and run over a suspect leg. Then he jumps in the car and presses the gas, running over the suspect again, and a police officer. Absolute clown show. Not as embarrassing as when Toronto police delivered coffee at Amay's fat catcher, blocking road and intimidating communities. Okay, I'm not gonna look at this one, but it's just crazy. Let's see. One of the things I want to start doing now in this, since I start this podcast, is also to start talking about what's happening internationally. You have a lot of stories happening globally that maybe not specific to Nigeria, and might not even have a direct impact or direct indications to what we expect to happen in Nigeria. But I believe that, a little bit of what happens, the world is interconnected, so we should be able to talk to each other and look at stories from other countries, even races, electoral races from other countries, and talk about that. So I would start working towards that. Okay, let's see. I really one son and brother. Okay, let me see what happens here. I did put this together. Oh, let me see. Okay. She's interested. Okay, I've spoken about this one. Let me see if there are other things to talk about. There's an election happening in Anambra State. And I want to just look at what's been happening. Elections, it seems, and I think is my prediction, all the things being equal, that the current governor, what's his name again? Soludo, right? That the current governor is going to be returned. Because I don't see much happening with respect to other parties. I know Peter Obi has been out there campaigning. In the Anambra, man is known by his words and action, and this is called integrity. I will support my party's candidate, George Mogalu, despite not being my election, but my conscience says so. However, the decision of who becomes the next governor of the state lies solely on the shoulder of Anambra people. In defiance to the rain and bad street road in Anambra, His Excellency Peter Obi came out for a walk on the street in solidarity with, this guy, and the Obedients are there to give unloyal support for this noble cause. On a final call to the Anambras, it is your democratic right and decision to exercise your civic responsibility in electing your governor. Vote wisely. So this is that. Let's see what happens. Now, you see what I'm saying? The opposition parties in Nigeria, I don't even know the word to use, because this is more of not just failure, but even a disgrace to anyone that is touting himself as an opposition. So we have LP candidate running, we have ADC candidates also running, and then we have the Showoras candidates. running, and then we have the Atiku-backed guy, and then we have, Soludo, who is the main incumbent running. So this is what I don't understand. The former vice president urged Anambra State voters on Sunday to support the ADC candidate Nwosu John in the November 8th governorship election to end poor governance under Governor Soludo's ABGA and counter all progressive influence. APC's influence. The race includes 16 candidates from parties, a lot of parties with implication for regional politics ahead of the 2027 national election. Abubakar's endorsement posted on X drew online criticism for not addressing the U.S. president's threat of military action over alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. Again, that's interwoven, but I'm going to talk about this. This is what he said. The Anambra State governor election is next weekend. Is on the 8th. Is this weekend, not next weekend. So he said it's November 2nd. November 2nd happens to be a Sunday. So it should have been this weekend. Atiku Abubakar, you need to get it right, okay? Next time, you should know when you are sending a tweet on November 2 for an election happening that same week, it should be the same weekend. But again, that's just that about that. But rather than being like any other candidate, the election to elect the next governor on November 8 offers a unique opportunity to end the era of poor governance in the state, in addition to ensuring that APC does not get a chance of practicing its notoriety of snatching and running away with the mandate of the people. Okay, so election is this weekend, and we must rally around this guy to lead Anambra State, Nwosu Chima John and Nwobi Godfrey Ndubisi to lead Anambra State to a new era of prosperity and economic stability. The election is also an opportunity for the electoral umpire under the leadership of Amukpito to prove to the world that it has turned a new page. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the old story is just saying that I vote for my guy. And I don't think it's going to win. Now, this is what I want to talk about. Outside of a number of state governments, ADC was formed as this vehicle that will bring the opposition parties together. Okay, so opposition parties being PDP, don't let me say ADC, PDP, SDP, LP, and maybe even ABGA, even though that's not evident. And when they formed this party, I came out and I told people that this was a very, very wrong move. Atiku leaving the PDP was one of the major political mistakes. Yeah, you could say, well, there were a lot of problems in PDP. Wike was destroying PDP. If you couldn't organize yourself with what happens in PDP, I'm sorry, there's no way you want to tell me that you will be in a better position to organize Nigeria. It's just as simple as that. After moving from one political party to another over the course of your political career, and moving back to the one you left, and when it comes for a critical time where you touted and told the world that this APC government is evil and you need to pursue them out, but you don't even have a clear strategy of how to go about that, then possibly, maybe it's high time you just say, it's over. Because I said then that the whole structure was based on nothing and was more of an ego chasing trip from nobody but El Rufai that went ahead to call these guys together and say, what, let's see how we can send these urban bandits, that's Tinubu, that's what he calls Tinubu, urban bandits, out of Abuja. Just because of some little misunderstanding about him not being given the ministerial slots. And I said it then. I said it was sure that there was no strategy behind this. And the usual noise, because Nigerians, they love that. Oh, it was this usual noise. Then you had Peter Obi saying, oh, I'm going to join them. I'm not going to join them. We don't know where he is. Then you had LP giving an ultimatum. I knew it was going to go down. Now you're telling me, in this Anambra's election coming on Saturday, that there's an ADC candidate, there's an LP candidate, there's an APC candidate. APC is not really interested in winning. So now the whole opposition, they've done one thing. They've divided all their votes. They've divided all their votes. And it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate because I don't even expect that this would happen. But again, it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. So the clock is ticking in the Anambra. Only 6 days until we decide our future. Your vote, your power, our power, your power, our voice. Okay? So this is the guy for the ADC, right? John Chuma Nwosu. Okay, we'll see what happens. Yeah, nothing much is happening. It's just him being called out. And we'll see what happens. I'll be covering that election. And we'll see what happens. Okay. So that's it. Let me see if there's any analysis here.
Anambra State said there are fresh incidents of violence and encroachment on farms.
So this guy was asked about factory closing, and then he thought it was asked about baby factory, and then he said he actually had factories that closed down. But I guess it was just a
First, what is your assessment of the rising cases of baby factories and illegal adoption rings in Anambra State?
Oh, honestly, let me tell you this. I say things in national television and I listen, some can say it's not true. Nobody have more number of factories in Anambra State than myself and my family. And on that note, I'm telling you right now, I can't remember in recent times once telling you there are many industries spranging up in Anambra State. No, insecurity had killed one of the factories. You know, as a matter of fact, my factory is under lock key because they kidnapped my 6 expatriates. And then the rest, I used to have 70 some of them, 70 something of this people working for me. The place is under lock and key. The aluminum cementing company was supposed to, bring to stream for the past few years. I have not.
Well, next time, I think you should just listen well. Okay. So again, what's this? Inspector General? Yeah. Okay, so it's going to serve as this. Okay. So I actually want to ask a question, and I don't really understand this old theory of signing a peace accord when there's going to be an election. I think there are laws, and if anybody goes against the law, is going to get arrested and dealt with. Like, this has become more like a daily occurrence where you're going to sign a peace accord. That what would happen? That your guys would not burn the whole place down if they happen to lose. What if you steal the elections? Then what happens? Oh, you've signed a peace accord? I don't know, but it just looks finicky to me, though. So who is this one? The current registered voters in Anambra State, 2.8 million. Soludo 1 is current term with a meager 112. Yeah, that was before it became an incumbent. We have more than 2 million obedients in Anambra. Come out en masse and send Soludo back to his village. But I learned that some people under the obedient movement actually has gone ahead to endorse Soludo. And I said that would happen. There is no politician as confused in Nigeria as Peter Obi as we speak. I said it. You're dividing your base. You're creating a movement, and that movement, you're not even trying to integrate them into the party because you're not so sure if Labour Party is still 100% under your control. And this is what happens. What is this one? Funny video on the internet today. Take an Anambra State election, play first. This happened during the last election, November 8th. Go to all. Let me see what happened. Okay, this was the last listing. Let me just see. Labour Party taking over Anambra State House of Assembly. Oh, this was 2023. Okay, so again, I'm gonna be watching to see what happens, and see how that goes. What's this? Okay, that's that about that. Let me see if I have some things to do. Watch later here. Okay, nothing much. Let me just see. Oh, what is this? Over 50 churches blacklist. This and that. I don't know what this is all about. Okay. That's that about that. Thanks for watching. It's time to go for tonight. Thanks everyone. See you.